Well, I love the whole notion of a meme. You know, Richard Dawkins' terms of like ideas are like genes and they're constantly being built upon, and that any idea you have is built on all of these hundreds, thousands of years of ideas. So I almost imagine it like an idea is like tethered. I don't think any idea is free from all of that. I mean, even when, you know, on the technology panel yesterday when, you know, I think she said there hasn't been another Einstein because we don't have deep thinking. I don't know if you're at that panel, but I was like, no, there's so many more ideas to draw upon today. So I know personally, even through Twitter, just through hashtags, I am being exposed to things I would never have been exposed to. So I feel like my ideas are being so shaped and influenced by all of these different perspectives on Twitter, which I find really exciting. And I also think that none of this replaces the power of a book or a film or a conversation. So I think these are all additional tools to help people have new ideas. And like, I do, it's been proven throughout history that the more ideas that are in close proximity, or people that are carrying these ideas, that more innovation happens because they're kind of bumping up against each other. So I feel like the web is providing this space for so many ideas to interact.
Yes, you touched on that in your film, and I thought that was, it made me kind of think to the Constitution and our country now, and these men coming together. Do you have any thoughts on where we are as a nation going and connecting and disconnecting, separating sides?
Yeah, I mean, I was struck by when the shooting happened by Gabby Giffords, and Obama gave this wonderful speech at the memorial about, you know, we need to be focusing on what binds us together. You know, we're so, and certainly this has happened throughout history. It's not like this is the worst ever. I mean, we had a civil war and we're not killing each other in hordes. I mean, and even that guy, who knows where he was, just, I think, very ill. But I think that there are moments of, through the human species, where there's a lot of fighting, and then there's moments of bigger picture thinking. I think when we saw the Earth for the first time, I think when 9/11 happened, and I'm hoping that with all of these tools today, I certainly know, like when Haiti happened, the earthquake, and I was able to see what was happening, I was able to donate, I was able to find out ways to volunteer. I mean, it was very powerful to feel the empathy, because that's ultimately what we're talking about, is empathy, having empathy of what's happening to other people. And all these tools are helping us connect, so if we can kind of channel that empathy towards action, I think that's very powerful. I was worried that it would be very hard to be in that room with all of you, but I felt so connected. It was like I was, so, but it was hard. I mean, my crew and the other Q&A, they're like, she kicking and screaming was in the film. At first I didn't want to be on camera, and then it was just in my Super 8, and then finally I'm like, I knew I had to like make some connection with the audience at the beginning of the film. So it was hard at first. It was a very hard process. I brought in a great story editor that kind of helped. I knew I needed a perspective, but it's not hard when I'm in the theater. It feels the response has been so amazing.
I think you did a great job having all of us connect to your family and to your father, who's unbelievable.
Thank you. I mean, somebody said yesterday you shared your family with everybody, and that's a beautiful thing. I mean, I feel very lucky, and they inspired me, my mother and father and my brother and sister, my husband and daughters, and I think everyone, it might not be the family they were born into, but people sometimes find their family. And I know my father was like a father to a lot of our friends. You know, like they'd show him their report card. They wanted to make him proud, and if I can do that on a larger scale, that'd be great, because he was a very wise man. So yeah.
Did you, I don't know if you thought, and I myself would like to use this as almost a tool or like a safety for friends and family when they're going through. I know my husband's very close, and his father is a physicist, and reminded me a lot of this, and he fears that when this day comes, and I feel like this could comfort him. And I know some other friends going through this that I would love to recommend on that level.
Oh, that's great.
That I think it could be a good resource.
Well, a lot of people have come up to me at Sundance and said, I'm gonna go home and film my parents, and I love that, because, you know, I waited too late to do that. You know, I mean, you know, the footage at the very end of the film, he like kind of crawled out of his illness for this hour interview. It was just amazing. The end of the interview, he just was It's like he gave everything for that. But I think recording your parents and your grandparents for your children and grandchildren is so important, and so I'm glad you're going to show it with people. I mean, everyone is going to lose their parents. Whatever the relationship, it's going to be profound. Or everyone loses someone that they love, and it's just so big,
Yeah. No, I think this is a brilliant film for provoking conversations, some controversial, some that I think will lead to many other different thoughts. I feel this will be a really great film to see with some groups.
I wish I had a discussion kit that I could show you, because it's intermixed with cards, both about the big ideas, like what will it be like when the computer's the size of a blood cell, to if you had to tell a story of your life, what are the stories you would tell? Like what would be those 3 stories that you would choose to be markers in your development? Any of the issues we touched upon in the film, we go in kind of deeper in each of these chapters. And we have this great writer from McSweeney's that did a great kind of goes in deep. And then the conversation cards, that's fun for me, because to me the film is like the appetizer, and the discussion afterwards is the main course. Like I want to know what it triggers in you, and then all the places that it'll go, because obviously it's got about a lot of big ideas, but it's also about a lot of personal human things. Yeah, I'm excited. The response has been just amazing, and I can't wait to see like the ripple effect of the project. Everyone's like, "What's your next film?" I'm like, "I am going to be taking this film around." I'm like, gonna get, that's exciting to me.
I think, I know, I was searching through Twitter to find others that had seen it. It's like, I don't know you, but let's talk.
That's awesome.
So, this will be wonderful. I think, I'd like to, Michael Hebb, I think that does the One Pot Dinners and some folks like that. Okay. It would be interesting to see them who try to curate smaller groups of 30 or so together with ideas and discussions. This is it's wonderful to see stuff like this.
Thank you.
It's made the whole trip to Sundance worth it. So thank you.
I'll have to get a copy of this footage. We'll use it on our site.